Well, I feel that it is a very impressive ceremony. I know perhaps some people would think that it is rather anachronistic and out of place in this world, which is perhaps somewhat cynical. But I think it can mean quite a lot if one goes about it in the right way. I think it can have some form of symbolism. For me, it's a way of officially dedicating one's life, or part of one's life, to Wales. And the Welsh people, after all, wanted it. And I think also that the British, on the whole, tend to do these sort of ceremonies rather well. And for this reason, you know, it's done well, in fact. And I think it's been very impressive, and I hope other people thought so as well.
Bless the Prince of Wales, they sang. Those mighty Welsh voices bore the message of the people who were to welcome Prince Charles as their own. This young man was ready to take up his royal office to serve the proud race who opened their hearts to both him and his mother, the Queen, on this historic July the 1st. The grey fortress was a place of rejoicing on this day. While the crowds cheered their monarch, the young prince, with a dignity and assurance belying his years, followed the centuries-old pattern of ceremony and went to the Chamberlain Tower to await the Queen's command. Her Majesty and the Duke of Edinburgh, the Queen and her consort were regal figures as they moved towards the place where the joyous deed of investiture would take place. But apparent, even in the formality of the occasion, was the pride they held for their son. It was an emotion that all present felt and warmed to. Disc of Welsh slate, impressive in its simplicity, furnished with 3 thrones. This was the stage where Wales would receive its own prince. With timeless ceremony, the Queen commanded the Earl Marshal to direct Garter, King of Arms, to summon the prince from the Chamberlain Tower. With his mother, father, sister, grandmother, and indeed all inside Carnarvon Castle, willing courage to the young man born a prince, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales appeared. Upright and youthful, he trod the path of history. What a scene it was. The ancient castle providing an unequaled backcloth to an occasion of pomp and splendor, which was yet also one of simplicity. A modern prince in a medieval castle kneeling before the Queen, who was fulfilling a promise and giving Wales a worthy prince for its own, in a manner set down centuries ago. As the Secretary of State for Wales read the text of the letters patent in Welsh, Her Majesty invested the prince with the sword, the coronet,
Modroi air arai vis.
The gold ring.
A hefyd drwy dros glwyddo gwiale nawr i'w law.
The gold rod.
Fel y bo iddo newyddiannol ac
And the mantle. In giving to the prince these insignias of office, the Queen could not conceal the gentle touch of a mother, despite the formal text of the letters patent, which proclaimed that Charles, Philip, Arthur, George may have the name, style, title, state, dignity and honour of the Principality of Wales and Earldom of Chester. The sword about his waist, the coronet upon his head, the gold rod in his hand, and the silk velvet, ermine mantle upon his shoulders, he bore with great fortitude the emotion that the coming moments brought.
I, Charles, Prince of Wales, do become your liege man of life and limb, and of earthly worship, and faith and truth I will bear unto thee, to live and die against all manner of folks.
And so Her Majesty and the Duke of Edinburgh took their son, the Prince of Wales, to greet and be greeted by the people of the great race he had sworn to serve and protect. The crowds in the square at Carnarvon had gladly awarded their prince the warmth of a welcome which for all time would stand to show the affection in which he is held by the people of Wales. Gone was the formality of the investiture ceremony. The ordeal, which it surely was for the prince, was over. All wanted to see him. He was happy to be seen. The cheers, the applause, the music, all were an inspiration to the Prince and the Queen in this hour of dedication. With the fanfares and the voices of thousands ringing through the narrow streets of this North Wales town, the Prince of Wales left the castle in which had been added yet another chapter of history in the great volumes which speak of the land he had sworn to serve.